Hi, welcome to today's class. As you can see, it's going to be all about handstands, working our arms and shoulders. So set your mat up close to a sofa, like I'm in now, or against a wall to help you get upside down. Have fun.
So we're going to start off seated today. So if you come to seated pose on your mats, and you might want to sit on a yoga block. I know you've both got yoga blocks, so that is quite helpful. Just to kind of lengthen in the spine and see if you can get your legs into a kind of half lotus possibly, or 1 foot kind of in front. So your knees are coming down, your hips are elevated, hands on the knees and length into the spine. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slide your shoulders in and down behind you. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, draw the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, lengthen the neck a little bit. One more deep breath in. And relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders as you exhale. On your next inhale, open your eyes and start to bring your arms up to shoulder height, palms facing forward. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw the arms back, see how far back you can squeeze them. And then slowly release them, bringing them forward, palms meet. Interlace fingers, push palms away. Push them so hard across your back, across your shoulders, you really feel that deep, deep stretch. Drop your chin to your chest and just pause here for a moment. Pull belly button up and in. Pull shoulders down and away from ears. And then slowly start to lift the arms, shoulders pulling down, biceps coming to the ears. Release the hands to shoulder height. Turn palms backwards. Reaching backwards, interlace fingers, squeeze the shoulders together as you look up. Keep pulling the hands down. Keep drawing the shoulders away from your ears. Pausing here, breathing here. And then releasing your hands, bringing them back to shoulder height. Bringing the hands forward, palms meet, interlace fingers. Push the palms away, shoulders are down. Draw belly button up and in. Lower chin to chest. Push the hands away. Pull the shoulders down and keep them down as your hands lift. Biceps to the ears. Push the palms away. Really get those arms as straight as you can. Release the hands to shoulder height. Turn palms backwards. Bringing arms behind you. Interlace. Squeeze shoulders together as you inhale, looking up. And as you exhale, just hinging forwards a little bit. You don't want to fall off your block. Lifting the arms up, chin to chest. Coming down as low as is comfortable for you. Breathing here. And on your next inhale, coming up, release the hands. Bring hands onto the knees. Roll shoulders forwards and up, back and down. Inhaling up and exhale down. Deep breath in and long, slow exhale. And then just pause for a moment. Squeeze shoulders to the ears. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Beautiful. Bring fingertips to the side. Uncross your legs and recross them the other way, the wrong way. Still sitting on your block if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, you can come off the block. Bring your fingertips either side. Arms are long. Feel all your arm muscles engaged here. Start to just gently come forwards. Just a little forward stretch. And then slowly coming back and just rolling back. Just a little bit tilt back. Your knees will probably lift. And then coming forwards. And this time coming back, fingers can face away from you. Coming back, all the way back, let your head drop behind you. Pausing here. And on your next inhale, bringing yourself up, fingertips back either side of you. Get the length into your spine and start to bring the arms round. So left hand to right knee, right hand behind you for a little twist. Breathing here. Releasing to center, right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Twisting the other way. And releasing to center. Just remove the block from underneath you, bring it to one side, bring yourself to your mat, extend your legs long, C-shape your arms and just roll down, hug the knees in for a moment, squeeze them in. A little rock from side to side. And then take hold of the big toes with thumb, middle finger and index finger. Draw knees to armpits, push the heels away. And again, just a little gentle rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. And then release your feet to the mat. Either draw your feet up towards your bottom or kind of wriggle yourself down so your fingertips can touch your heels. Palms are facing down. Inhale, draw belly button up and in as you push your lower back into the mat. And then pushing more, lift your bottom, rolling up your spine, up onto your shoulders. And as you exhale, lower the spine one vertebra at a time, coming down. Inhale, pull belly button up and in as you roll up. Squeeze the hips once you're up. And exhale, rolling down. This time bring the hands in, rolling up, arms coming up and over. Arms stay where they are as spine rolls down, and then finally arms coming back, up and over. Inhale, roll up, arms come overhead. Exhale, rolling down, arms back up and over. Last time, rolling up, arms overhead. Pause here. Squeeze those butt cheeks. Get those hips as high as you can. Chin is tucked to chest. Pausing here, breathing here. Reach the arms longer. Squeeze your butt cheeks even harder. And then super slowly with control, lowering the spine, your butt cheeks, arms coming up and over. Take hold behind your thighs and start rocking and rolling up your spine, coming all the way over to all fours. Taking your all fours pose, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Drop the belly, lift the tailbone. Push into hands and knees as you arch up to your cat. Releasing to cow. You're not lifting your head. You want the back of the neck nice and long. So kind of looking down at a 45-degree bend. Pushing into hands and knees, arching up and releasing down. Now we're going to speed it up. So pushing up to cat, release to cow. Inhale up, exhale, release. Inhale up, exhale, release. Inhale up, exhale, release. And on the next cat, pause here. Push harder into hands and knees. Can you find a tiny bit of length in your lower back? And then just start to shift your weight forward. Chin is still to chest. Bring shoulders in front of wrists. Pause. Push into hands. Start to shift back. Hips to heels. Slide the arms away long from you. Lower forehead to the mat. Keep the elbows lifted. Keep reaching long with your hands, with your fingers, but pull your hips to your heels. Draw your shoulder blades away from the ears. Strong arms. And then spread your fingers wide. Lifting up, start to shift your weight forwards. Now bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips are just kind of hanging. Kind of like an up dog, but with the knees down. Pause here. Spread your fingers wider. Push into the hands. Lift the hips, keep hands where they are, hips to heels. Inhale, lifting up, pull belly button up and in as you put all your weight forwards. Draw belly button up and in as you lower hips to heels. Inhale, up and forwards. Exhale, back and hips to heels. 3 more times. Inhaling up and forwards. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, up and forwards. Exhale, up and back. Last time. Inhale, up and forwards. And this time, maybe lift your head looking up to the ceiling so you're in a modified up dog. And then push into hands, chin to chest as you push hips back. Pausing here. Breathing here. We are working our wrists a lot today. Arms, shoulders. So take a breather whenever you need it. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your head. Look towards your hands. Tuck toes. And we're coming up to our first down dog. So pedal the legs out. Let's get those hamstrings nice and stretched. Our calves. Bending one knee at a time, maybe twisting and looking underneath the opposite armpit. Get a twist into the waist. Breathing here. And then come to your still dog. Check your hands are shoulder width. Push chest to the thighs. Lower the heels. Give your head a little nod, a little shake. And then soften the knees. Walk your hands up to your feet. Big toes touch, heels apart. As you come to your forward fold, bend the knees, drape your belly, your chest over your thighs, lift your toes, spread them wide, and gently place them down. Push into the feet as you roll up, chin to chest. Super slow roll up, arms just dangling. Once the legs are straight, your spine is straight, arms reach out, reaching up, and hands to heart center. Taking just a moment here, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Our little pelvic tilt, draw belly button up and in. Squeeze the kneecaps, fronts of the thighs. And on your next inhale, arms reaching out, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, swan dive to your mats. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Step the right foot back, the left foot back. Take your plank. Pausing for a moment here in plank. Make sure shoulders are over wrists, strong arms. Spread your fingers wide, push into those hands. Lower your knees, chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra. Push via your knees, tuck toes, and we're in our downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, step or move that foot between your hands. Bring the left foot to join it in your fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching up, looking up, and hands to heart center. Catch your breath here. Maybe give your wrists a little rotate if you're feeling any tension in your wrists. And then bringing hands to heart center. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, swan dive, pull belly up and in. Halfway lift and exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, the right foot back, take your plank. Knees, chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra, push to your knees, tuck toes. We're in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high. Looking forward, step or move it between your hands. Right foot comes to join it. Big toes together, heels apart in your deep fold. Reverse your swan dive, coming up, looking up, and hands to heart center. Take a moment, catch your breath. Shoulders up, back, and down. Really slowly, inhale, arms out. Moving in slow motion as you come to a back bend. Turn the palms super, super slowly. Floating down, hands either side of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step one foot back, step the other foot back, coming to your plank. And we're going to stay here for about 10 seconds. So make sure hands are under shoulders, walk toes in, push heels away. Squeeze your kneecaps and the fronts of your thighs. Draw belly button up and in, strong plank. For another 3, 2, 1, lower the knees, chest and chin. Sliding to your baby cobra, via the knees, tuck toes, back to our downward facing dog. Push into the hands, chest to thighs, pausing here. Now come up on your tippy toes, shift your weight forwards to your plank. Pause here. Lift one leg up behind you, one-legged plank, and release that foot. Other leg up, and release. Push back to your downward facing dog. Inhale to tippy toes, come forward to your plank. Bring right knee behind right elbow, pausing here. And release foot behind you. Left knee behind left elbow, pausing here. And release the foot. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga as you lower. Inhale, cobra, or maybe an up dog at this point. Knees are lifted. And meeting in downward facing dog. Push your chest to your thighs. Then lower your knees to the mat, flatten your feet. Come back onto your heels. Interlace fingers and just give your wrists a little rotate one way and the other way. We are going to be doing a lot of wrist stuff. So anytime your wrist's feeling a bit ouchy, just come back to this. Maybe just shake your hands out. Maybe squeeze your fingers in and spread them wide. Or maybe extend one arm, pull the fingers in and stretch out the front of the wrist. All of this can really help release that tension. And the other arm, maybe a couple more shakes, building up to our handstand practice. So reach your hands long, spread fingers wide, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Pause here. Come up onto your tippy toes. Shift weight forwards, coming to a downward dog plank with your right leg lifted and then back to your down dog. Up on tiptoes, shift weight forwards, one-legged plank. Back to one-legged down dog one more time. Up on tiptoes, shifting forwards. Back up and release the right foot. Give the legs a little pedal. Coming to the other side, left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Up on tiptoes, shift to your one-legged plank. Back up, three-legged dog. Forwards to plank. Back up to dog. One more time. Forward to plank. Back up to the dog. Release the foot and give your legs a pedal. One knee at a time, maybe twisting the hips again. Looking underneath the opposite arm. Easing it out. And then walk hands back towards your feet. Coming to a fold at the back of your mat. Let your belly and chest rest on your thighs. Soft bend in the knees. Give your head a shake, a nod, a little waggle. And then bringing your arms out to the side, bringing them up behind you. Interlace fingers, squeeze shoulders together as arms come up overhead. Nice. Breathing here. And then release your hands down to the mat, tuck chin to chest, rolling slowly up at the back of your mat. Keep chin to chest until you straighten. Arms reaching out, reaching up, and hands to heart center. Really nice. Give those wrists a little shake because we're going to set up. There's a few ways of coming into handstand. Belen and Ada, you'll remember them from before. So a really good way of getting into practice for handstand is to just practice little jumps with your feet. So from the back of your mat, you're going to inhale, arms out, exhale, forward fold, and then walk your hands out back to your downward facing dog. And then walk your hands closer to your feet, and maybe your feet a bit closer to your hands. Bend the knees and just lift up one leg, place it down, the other leg. And each time you lift up the leg, you're pushing your shoulders further over your wrists. And it's that action that's going to get you to your handstand eventually. They are hard. So easy when you're a child, but hard as an adult. So that's kind of one option if you want to just come down for a moment. And I'm going to show you the other options, because obviously for a handstand we need strong wrists and strong shoulders. So another way of kind of getting into the groove for getting into your handstand is to do your dolphin pose. So elbows are, I'll come around this way, elbows are shoulder width apart, and then hands pressing down, interlace fingers. If you've got rings on, you might need to swivel them round, and make sure the sides of your arms and hands are firmly on the mat. And then you tuck your toes, you lift your hips, and then you just move forwards and backwards, bringing the shoulders in front of your elbows, bringing your chin in front of your hands. And that's another really nice option if your wrists are feeling a bit tender, rather than coming into a full handstand. So options. Another one is to use the furniture and just to bring your legs up onto the furniture. Now, the more of your leg that's on the furniture, the more that's going to take the weight of your body. So if you start off like up to your knees on the furniture, it actually doesn't put that much strain on your wrists. The further away you come, so only your feet are on there, the more strain on your wrists. And you can again tuck toes here and pushing up and pushing forwards. It's that motion that we're working on today. So let's go through those two choices. I'm assuming everyone's got furniture or a wall, furniture nearby to do that, and then we'll move to the wall. So we'll start, Ada's already there on the sofa. We're going to start off all together doing dolphin. Hey, Pete, is that Peter? Yeah. So just coming to your knees and checking your elbows are shoulder width, forearms to the mat, interlace fingers. And you're really going to push down onto the edges of your hands and elbows. So tucking feet up, and you can stay here or come forwards. You can walk the feet in a bit closer towards you if you want to make it stronger. If it's too much, you can put your knees down and just move forwards like this. You're still exercising the shoulders with the knees down. You're still building that strength, either with knees down or with knees lifted. So choose your option. I'm going to come and have a little look and see how everyone's getting on. Nice. Nice. That's it. Walk your feet in, Carrie. You want to be in a kind of down dog type pose like this, and then moving backwards and forwards. And it's hard work. It will make you sweat. That's it. Move a bit slower. The slower you do this, the more you're strengthening. If you move too fast, you could, in theory, injure yourself. So slow movement. Pause. I know it's hard, Ada. A couple more times, and then when your arms are killing you, come down to a child pose and bring your hands behind you. Just a couple more times. Let's get that strength back. Nice. Really, really nice. Good. Okay, so come to a child's pose. Bring your hands behind you, palms facing up. You can have your knees wide or together. Just give your hands a little pat on the mat. Release those wrists.
Waggle your fingers, clench the fingers into fists and spread them wide. Release that tension. And then bringing your hands either side of your chest, pushing yourself upright. We're going to come to the bunny hop section next. So, hands on the floor to a modified down dog, so your feet are quite close to your hands. Shifting your weight forward, just moving one leg up, the other leg up, or jumping, kicking your feet up. Little bunny hops. I'm making the whole house shake. Bunny hops with both feet, perhaps not today. Perhaps today it's just one leg up and then the other leg up. And see if you can get both feet off the mat. Just jumping up. Imagine you're still at primary, elementary school where we used to do handstands just like that. I know Belen is amazing doing handstands against a wall. Much, much harder with no wall. So just practice those bunny hops. When when you're tired, take a rest, release the wrists, and then coming back to it perhaps. I know, Ada, you look like you want to kill me. And then pausing. So I know Ada has a sofa, and I think Belen might do too. And Carrie, I know you, I can see yours. So just give this a go. Give it a try. First of all, start with your legs maybe up to your knees on a piece of furniture. So that's going to take most of your weight. And just see how that feels. Now, to come into a handstand, you're kind of rotating the elbows so the elbow creases come forwards. Pausing here. And that's not too bad, right? And then walk your hands forward a bit and slide your knees off the furniture so you're supporting a bit more weight. And pause here. That little bit harder, bear with me. One more hand length forward, so just your feet are on the mat. And then tuck your toes, and then see if you can get your hips up. And then slowly release back down to your supported pose. Hips back up and forwards. One more time, hips back up. Coming forwards, bring one knee down, bring the other knee down. Sit back on your heels, and again, just give your wrists a nice little break, easing them out. You're going to get so strong doing this, like Wonder Women. Just give them a nice little break, and maybe that little pushing the palm forwards and the wrist coming like that, just to release that tension. You're not going to damage your wrists doing this, but you are going to get them strong. So, I know Belen has a wall, I know Ada has a wall, and do you have a wall or a door, Carrie? Yay? Nay? Okay, or stick to the sofa. Just have a look for a minute. I'm going to show you what we're going to come to next, which you can do on your furniture. So it's coming over to a door, and you need to know where to put your hands. So sitting with your bottom right against the wall, have a look at how long your legs are, where your heels come to, and that's kind of where you're going to put your hands. So mine is roughly there. So then hands are going to come shoulder width, and make sure you've got your fingers spread wide so you've got a really good grounding. And then you're going to walk one leg up the wall, and you might stay here for today, and then change legs, and the other leg coming up, pushing into the hands to push yourself closer to the wall or the door. Or you might bring one leg up and the other leg up, coming into a handstand-esque pose, shifting your shoulders over the wrists. Again, this is strong on your wrists, so be careful. You might want to release one leg and then put it back. You might want to release the other leg and put it back. And then walk your feet down, take a rest, give your wrists a little relax. I'm going to come and watch it on the monitor and talk you through it. It's not as bad as you think it is, I promise.
So first of all, sitting with your bottom at the base of the wall, extend your legs long and just like have a mental image of where your hands are going to go. Then coming with your feet behind you and have your hands roughly where your feet came to. The important thing I would say for this is hands at really shoulder width. So making sure they're really, really your shoulder width to support you, because that's going to be your strong part. That's it, Ada. Nice. And then tucking toes, lift one leg up, push it onto the wall. Try that first of all and pause. And then release it down. Bring the other leg up, pause. And bring it down. And then maybe bringing that leg up again behind you. See if you can shift your weight over your wrists. And pause. Come on, Ada, both feet up against that wall. I know you can do it. I know you can. You've done it before. That's it, Carrie. There you go, Carrie. Go you. Awesome. Right, Carrie. Now the thing to do is bring your feet down a bit further. Walk them down a teeny bit. Now push, straighten your legs. Bring your shoulders and hips over your wrists. That's kind of the action you're looking for. I can't see Belen, so I'm not sure what she's doing, but I'm assuming it's a beautiful handstand against a wall, because I know you're really good at those. Ada's like, I've had enough. What am I doing? How did that feel on your wrist, Carrie? Okay? Yeah, you're going to go back up one more time? Give it a go. Ada's having a little rest. I don't blame you. I am too. That's it, Carrie. Perfect. But now walk your feet down so they're more in line with where your hips currently are. And then straighten your legs and see if you can get your bum, your bottom, and your shoulders over your wrists. You might need to move your hands in closer to the wall to be able to do that. The closer your hands are, the more likely you are to be able to get. I'll just show you for a minute. Just watch for a minute, Carrie, because sometimes it's easier to see than to hear. So like this is where I put my hands just to get my legs up, but I can't get my bottom over my shoulders. So I would bring my hands in a little bit, then bring my legs up, or walk my hands in, and then walk the feet down a bit so you can get that sense of your shoulders being over your wrists. My shoulders are really over my wrists right now. And that's the point at which you'd be doing a proper handstand. So, coming down, if you are still in a handstand, just sit in a comfortable pose and give your wrists a nice little bit of wrist love, rotating, shaking, easing it out, because all of that is really hard on your wrists. But I know for a fact that as we get older, obviously Belen is really young, but as us older people, as we get older, the risk of falls increases, and we will all put our hands out to catch ourselves. That's what human nature does. Strong wrists, you're less likely to break them. So it's going to feature in classes more because I forget all about it. Bring yourself to your mats, about halfway down your mats. Let's bring things down a notch or two and take the weight off our hands. So hands behind thighs, bring the feet and the knees together. Inhale, shoulders up, back, and slide them down. Pull belly button up and in. Lift one leg, lift the other, setting up for our boat pose. Now pull the knees in towards your chest, the thighs towards your belly. Releasing the hands, reaching up, looking up. Keep pulling shoulders down and away from ears. Spread your fingers wide. Breathing here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees wide, grab your big toes. Let's take that straddle, the balancing straddle with the back massage thrown in. Push the heels away, pull the shoulders down. See if you can get your legs a little bit wider, a little bit straighter. Finding that balance here. It will come, I promise, Carrie. It's a really tough one. You might find it easier if you hold on the inner edge of your big toe, perhaps. You could try that as well, see if that makes a difference. You might be able to get your legs a little bit straighter, but it's about pushing the foot against the hand, pulling the big toe, and keeping all those lovely back massages, keeping your core strong. Then release the legs together, bring them down, hug the knees into the chest, and lower your forehead to your knees. Pull your shoulders down and away from the ears. Breathing here. And then lifting the head. Reach your arms long, C-shape your lower back, and super slowly rolling down, hug the knees in, give them a squeeze as you rock from side to side. Nice. So we're going to come to a bridge next, and I'm going to give you a nice option which you may want to take if you've got a yoga block. Bring your heels towards your bottom and lift your bottom. You can place the block under your sacrum on the lowest setting, or push into your feet and bring it kind of onto the middle setting into a supported bridge. And this should feel really, really nice. The block's going to kind of pull your hips up and away from you. Gravity's going to lengthen your spine coming down. If you don't want to do a supported bridge, but you'd rather do a full bridge, lifting the hips, bring hands together underneath you, roll onto the outer edges of your arms, push the hips up, press your arms into the mat, chin to chest, for a full bridge. Breathing here, and we're going to stay here for about 10 more seconds. So keep squeezing your butt cheeks if you're in a full bridge. Keep lifting the hips, pushing up, squeezing up, push harder into the arms, and then slowly release the hands, release the shoulders, move the block away if it's underneath you, and slowly, slowly release your bottom to the floor. T-shape your arms wide and just let your knees drop slowly from one side and then to the other. Let the hips come over as well, just easing out any back tension. And then coming back to center, lifting one foot and the other foot, bringing the legs together. Slowly release both legs over to the left, let them come all the way down. Knees are stacked, feet are stacked. Head turns to the other direction. Close your eyes and just relax down. Relax the shoulders, the hips. Breathing here. Opening the eyes, engage your core, bring the knees to center, and then lower them to the other side. Head turns in opposite direction. Close your eyes and relax everything. Using your core, bring your knees back up to center. Give them another hug, another squeeze, another little rock from side to side, massaging your back. And then take hold of the big toes, knees to armpits, take a happy baby. Pull the knees down, push the heels away. And again, a little rock from side to side. And then coming to a still pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring your arms in between your legs. Take hold of the outer edges of your feet. On your next inhale, lift head and shoulders. Slide your shoulders behind your knees. Bring your feet up over your head, looking between your legs, pausing here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then slowly, gently release your head and shoulders, bringing your feet to the mat, choosing your Shavasana, either knees together, feet mat width, or soles of the feet together, Knees out in Supta Baddha Konasana, or legs long, feet to the corners of the mat. Bring your arms to your side, tuck your shoulders underneath you, give your hips a little wiggle, make sure everything is aligned and comfortable. Now curl your toes in, squeeze your toes in towards the sole of your feet. Squeeze the sole of your feet, the tops of your feet, your ankles, your heels. Squeeze your calves, your shins, your knees, the back of the knees. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt cheeks so hard your legs lift off the mat for 3, for 2, for 1, and let them drop. Curl fingers into fists, squeeze the hands, the wrists, your forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders, neck, head, face, everything lifting, whole upper body lifting for 3, for 2, for 1, and release it down. Relax, tuck chin gently down, feet just dropping out to the side, palms facing up. Close your eyes and just breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4. Inhale 3, 4. Exhale, relax those shoulders. In 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3. Relax. Breathing at your deep, even length breath pace. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. And then very slowly, very gently, just start rolling your head from one side to the other, drawing the chin to one shoulder and then the other. starting to move your fingers, your toes, circle your ankles, circle those hard-working wrists. And then sliding your legs together, inhale your arms up long away from you, interlace fingers, push the palms away, push the toes away, taking a full body stretch. And then slowly pulling one knee into the chest, the other knee in. Give them a really nice hug. One last little roll from side to side before rolling to one side and using your hands to push yourselves up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose, hands at heart center. To the third eye and namaste. Thank you for joining me for our little class of torture today.